Hello and welcome to the Create session for N.E.S.T for the 28th of April 2020. I'm just going to wait an extra couple of minutes in case anybody else decides to join. If you have any questions, please leave them down below and I will be replying from my other account. My name is Mahmoud Habib and I'm a volunteer with N.E.S.T. Hello and welcome to the Create session for N.E.S.T for the 28th of April 2020. Okay, let's start. Welcome everybody. Today's session is going to be talking about the history of the selfie. Now we're going to talk about a lot of stuff art related, and in the end we're going to have a quiz about this session, followed by a general quiz about animals to practice your general English speaking. So listen up, and there will be many keywords as well. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. So the history of the selfie. I'm assuming everyone knows what a selfie is. Basically, the word selfie was first used in Australia in the year 2002. It was added to the English dictionary in 2013, and it was the word of the year. It's defined as a photograph that one has taken of oneself, especially one taken with a smartphone or webcam and shared via social media. So for example, if I hold my phone and take a picture of myself, it's a selfie. As you can see, the word was never used before the year 2002, so it's a relatively new word in the English language. And the picture on the left is just a person taking a selfie, and on the right is a group of three friends taking a selfie with a selfie stick. I'm sure you've seen this, you guys have seen this before. A selfie stick is just a stick that holds your phone at a distance, so you can get a wider angle and get more people in a selfie. Famous selfies. At the Oscars in 2014, the Oscars is just an award for movies, in case you guys don't know. At the Oscars in 2014, Ellen DeGeneres posted this selfie on Twitter with lots of famous actors. It got over 3 million retweets. How many people do you recognize? Now, I see Ellen DeGeneres, Brad Pitt, and a few other not Angelina Jolie, but a few other actors as well. Angelina Jolie as well, actually. And there are a bunch of other actors that you may have seen in movies, even if you don't know their names. Ellen DeGeneres is the woman in the white jacket. As you can see, all of the people in this picture are famous and are movie stars, and that's why it became very famous and got 3 million retweets. So it's Jennifer Lawrence, Meryl Streep, Ellen DeGeneres, Peter Nyong'o, Angelina Jolie, Julia Roberts, Kevin Spacey, Brad Pitt, Lupita Nyong'o, exactly the same, 12 people, and Channing Tatum, and Jared Leto. You have probably seen many of these in movies before, or shows. Ellen DeGeneres is someone in a talk show. This is a picture of a monkey selfie. The English photographer David Slater went to Indonesia in the year 2011. This selfie was taken by a monkey. Since then, there has been a legal dispute over who owns this photograph, David or the monkey or nobody, which is ironic and funny as basically you can't really claim to that this monkey owns the selfie. So it caused some legal issues. Dispute just means disagreement. It's another word for disagreement. Here are just some pictures of certain animals. Um, so there's a zebra, an elephant, a hippopotamus, or a hippo for short. There's also a cheetah, a lion, a parrot, a monkey, and a snake. It would be worth like remembering these animals. I'll give you a few seconds to stare at them just in case there's any you don't know. This is another selfie taken by the cast. A cast is just the group of actors from a certain show or movie. This is taken by the cast of the show Friends, which is a very famous show. You may have heard of it. It was posted on Instagram in 2019 by Jennifer Aniston. This is Jennifer Aniston, the actor in the bottom. It was so popular that it caused her Instagram to crash, which means her Instagram just stopped working because of how popular it became. It features the main actors in the American TV show Friends. Some of you may have heard of this before. This selfie was taken in space in the year 2013 by a Japanese astronaut, Aki Hoshide. You can even see in the reflection the phone he was taking it with, or the device he was taking it with. And you can see the Earth in his reflection, and I think that's a star in the corner. I'll give you a few seconds just to look at that. The first selfie. In 1839, Robert Cornelius took the first self-portrait on a camera. Now, we've mentioned this in many Create sessions before. A portrait is just an image or a painting of a person. So self-portrait means he took a picture of himself, even before selfies were a thing, before people knew what a selfie was. Now here's a little bit of an English like tip as well. So as you can see here, the word first. These are called ordinal numbers, as in how you order them. So 1 is first, and it's written as first. 2 is second. 3 is third. 4 is fourth, and so on. I'll give you a few seconds to look at this. Just the first three are different, then anything from 4 to 9 or 4 to 10 is just th at the end. So 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Whereas 1, 2, and 3 are first, second, and third. Here are some more selfies taken throughout the years before selfies were even common. No one knew what a selfie was back then. There were no phones even. So as you can see, this person was being creative. He took a selfie by taking a picture in a mirror. Another early mirror selfie in the year 1900. This is in 1910. This is in 1920. They're holding a camera. It's the same picture over here. 1914, another mirror selfie. And here is a picture of the same woman 5 times. I'm not quite sure how she did this, but it looks quite creative. Selfies are sometimes posted on social media. I'm sure you guys know these websites: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Snapchat, Pinterest, Twitter, and WhatsApp. Self-portraiture. So the word portraiture just comes from portrait, so to make a portrait. This means it's painted or drawn selfie. Albrecht Durer, from 1471 to 1528. Durer was a German Renaissance artist. Now, if you remember from before, the Renaissance is just a word that means the rebirth in French. It was a time period in Europe where there was lots of interest in new art and literature. The Renaissance lasted from the year 1300 to the year 1600. He painted his first self-portrait when he was 13 years old, which means it was a very young age. People think he has painted himself to look like Jesus Christ. What do you think this means about how he views himself? I'll let you guys think of that yourself. This is the self-portrait he took in the year 1500. As you can see, he looks like the common images that people have of Jesus Christ. Frida Kahlo was a Mexican artist that we talked about before, in case you remember. She was 18 years old when she nearly died in a bus accident. She had to stay in bed for many months due to her pain. She used painting to pass the time. She put a mirror over her bed to paint self-portraits. As you can, her main portrait was called The Broken Column, which was taken in the year 1944, just 10 years before she died. Frida Kahlo started painting as a hobby when she was bored in bed for many months. Which means you guys can get into art during this lockdown. Could you do some art when you're bored in lockdown? It will be very interesting of you. Here are some more portraits of Frida Kahlo. As you can tell, they are very detailed and colorful. She often puts animals and plants in the paintings. As you can see, there's a monkey there, a cat there, a bird on her necklace, and a range of plants all over. A parrot here. Frida Kahlo is also famous for her monobrow. This features in the three paintings. So monobrow just is basically this. So an eyebrow that is connected from the center. So it's as if she has one eyebrow, not two. Mono is just another way of saying one. So monotone means I'm talking in the same tone. Monobrow means it's just one eyebrow. Vincent Van Gogh. Some of you may have heard of this artist in 1853 to 1890. Van Gogh was from the Netherlands. He was an expressionist painter. Van Gogh wasn't famous when he was alive, so was too poor to pay a model to paint him. So he painted himself. Van Gogh only became famous after his death, as we've mentioned before. Here are some self-portraits he made of himself. Vincent van Gogh was very famous for cutting off his own ear. This happened after he had an argument with Paul Gauguin, another famous artist. Van Gogh painted this self-portrait when he came out of hospital, and it shows a self-portrait of him with his ear bandaged. Bandage just means this white cloth, putting a bandage or plaster over it. Cindy Sherman was born in 1954 and is an American artist. She takes photos of herself as different characters in different settings. So the first one is Untitled, it's just a self-portrait with a tan in the year 2003. Here's another one in 2010 to 2012 where she's dressed as a clown. And here's another in the year 2000. David Hockney was born in 1937. Here's a self-portrait of David Hockney with Charlie in the year 2005, another from the year 2012, which was drawn on an iPad, and another in 1954 when he was 17 years old. Other famous self-portraits. This was made in 1659 by Rembrandt van Rijn. This was in 1901 by Pablo Picasso. And this was in 1925 by L.S. Lowry. And this was a self-portrait in 1966 by Andy Warhol. Now we have a little quiz. If anyone can answer these questions and leave them in the comments below, and I will tell you whether or not it's correct. What is this animal in this painting by Frida Kahlo? Is it a lion, a parrot, or a zebra? Does anybody know what this animal is? Okay, the answer is parrot. She often put animals from Mexico in her paintings. Which of these is an example of social media? A. Google, B. Facebook, C. Wikipedia. It doesn't look like we have many live viewers, so I'll only leave a few seconds between each question. If you are watching this later, please pause until you find the answer. This PowerPoint should have been emailed to you or sent on the WhatsApp group if you're in it. Thank you. The answer is Facebook. Other examples of social media are Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Which one of these is an astronaut? A, B, or C? And bonus point, can you name each of these three professions or jobs? The answer is C. This is an astronaut. This is a doctor, and this is a farmer. When was the first self-portrait taken on a camera, or the first selfie? 2013, 1839, or 1826? The answer is in 1839. Robert Cornelius took his first selfie. In 2013, the word selfie was added to the English dictionary in England. In 1826, the first photograph ever was taken. This is a self-portrait by Pablo Picasso. Fill in the name of these parts of the face. Please pause to do this and play again when you have the answers. This is the hair, the eyebrow, the eyes, the nose, the shirt, the mouth and lips, neck, cheek, and ears. Here are some activities for you to take part in if you would like to. Draw a self-portrait with your eyes closed. Look in the mirror and try to draw a quick self-portrait in under 5 minutes. Or take a photo of yourself, a selfie, that shows what you are like a person. Can you include something that shows your hobbies, clothes you like to wear, or in a place you love? Okay. Thank you so much for joining and watching today's session. This will be the end of today's session, and we thank you all for joining. Have a good time and Ramadan Kareem. Thank you.